It was chipped at the rim and cracked down the middle, the glaze long faded and the handle barely hanging on. Most people wouldn't have looked twice. But to him, the old ceramic cup was everything. He carried it with him like a treasure, tucked in a weathered satchel held together by string. He was always seen near the corner of 5th and Alder, sitting cross-legged outside a closed-down diner that once served the city's elite. Now, it was just rusted signage and boarded windows. Fitting. Because he didn't belong to the world that passed him by every day either. Most saw just another homeless man mumbling to himself, sipping invisible tea from a broken cup. They mocked him, took videos for social media. "Look at this guy," one teen sneered. "Probably thinks he's a king with that thing." Laughter echoed as they walked off, not knowing he had once owned the building they laughed outside of. Not knowing that the cup had once sat in his office, the only thing that survived the fire. A fire they never questioned, because the story was buried. But every day, he sipped from the broken cup like it still held something real. Not because he needed it to drink, but because he needed to remember. Back then, his life was polished. Sharp suits, high-rises, headlines. A software visionary who sold his first algorithm before age 20. He spoke at global conferences and invested in cutting-edge biotech. But success bred enemies. Trusted partners became predators. And one signature, just one, brought it all crashing down. The night it happened, he was supposed to sign a licensing deal worth billions. Instead, he walked into his office to find flames licking the walls and sirens wailing in the distance. No one could prove sabotage. The company's digital backups were corrupted. Insurance denied the claim. They called it a tragic accident. But he knew better. And so did the cup, recovered from the ash, cracked but unburned. It had been a gift from his mother, the last one before she passed. On the bottom, barely legible beneath the soot, were 4 words etched in ink. Asterisk, hold even when broken. Asterisk. That became his mantra. Years passed. He disappeared, sold what little he had left, vanished into silence while the world forgot his name. But he didn't forget the code. The one hidden in the lines of that algorithm. The one nobody saw, except the fire and maybe the people who lit it. He started over on the streets. But not how people imagined. Quietly, he built things. Gave tips to underdogs. Left blueprints inside library books. Uploaded ghost code into public networks. Code that fixed bugs no one could trace. Coders whispered of a phantom debugger helping struggling developers overnight. They never imagined it was a man who hadn't had a home in years. Then something changed. A local tech startup, struggling to stay afloat, suddenly launched an update that transformed the industry overnight. The team claimed it came from an anonymous forum post, just a snippet of code with a strange symbol at the end, a cracked teacup. When asked about it, they said they thought it was a joke. But it worked. Weeks later, the CEO of a major data security firm was arrested after a whistleblower exposed hidden transactions linking him to multiple arson payouts, including one from years ago, related to a fire at a software company. The dots started connecting. The public was curious. Podcasts emerged. Who is the man behind the teacup? Still, he said nothing. He just kept showing up at the diner ruins, sipping from his broken cup, watching the world shift. Until one day it was gone. The bench. Empty. No cup. No man. In his place, a box wrapped in old blueprints sat quietly on the sidewalk. Inside, a flawless ceramic replica of the cup, repaired with gold at every crack. The Japanese call it kintsugi, the art of embracing damage. And beside it a handwritten note. Asterisk, they broke the man. Not the mission. Fix others. Let them shine where they shattered. Asterisk. Within hours, the photo of the cup went viral under the hashtag #BrokenButthole. Influencers shared stories of their failures. Entrepreneurs started grassroots mentorships. Shelters launched tech labs in his name. But no one ever saw him again. Some believe he went underground again, building the next revolution. Others say he passed quietly, content that the world finally understood. But the truth? He became a legend not because he was unbreakable, but because he held on, even when everything else fell apart. And sometimes, the cup that looks shattered on the outside is the only one still holding anything real.